Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Ultimatum League 3.14. In this episode, we have the patch notes. So, this is the giant patch notes that we've all been waiting for. What did they kill? We had the manifesto. We know they targeted Carrion Golems, aura effect. How you guys doing? Let's look at the Carrion Golem. What do we got here? Summon Carrion Golem. The Golem's Cascade skill now has a 6-second cooldown, previously 4. The skill now also travels a shorter distance and has less area of effect. It's ruined. Carrion Golems now deal 11% less damage at all gem levels. Holy fuck. Oh my god. This vitality change. 10 from 15 at level 1. Dude, that's so much life. That's so much. 33%. And then 193 from 247. That's quite a lot of life. Vitality's hit pretty fucking hard. That's hit pretty hard, dude. And then Val. I baited everyone. There's no Val Skelly buff because it doesn't deal damage. Brutality support now supports any skill that deals damage. Previously required the skill to hit an enemy. Oh, cool. Holy shit. Wait, was that oil changes? Verdant oil now grants increased XP and pack size, 35% XP. Teal oil no longer causes varieties of items contained in chests to be lucky. Now causes blight monsters in areas to spawn 25% faster. Now causes encounter duration to be 40 seconds shorter. Azure oil no longer grants 15% increased XP gain. Now causes variety of items contained in 4 blight chests to be lucky. Indigo oil no longer causes towers to deal 40% more damage, and it now causes blight encounters in areas to contain up to 3 additional blight bosses. You can get fucking Badge of the Brotherhoods. Violet oil no longer grants 30% increased quantity of items found in the area. Now causes lanes of blight encounters in areas to have 20% chance for an additional reward chest. Wow. Violet's pretty cool now. Black oil now grants 6% chance for blight chest to contain an additional reward from 10. Nerfed. Opalescent now causes varieties of items contained in thing to 15 blight chests to be lucky. Now grants opalescent pog. Now grants 5% pack size from 25. Silver oil no longer causes varieties, so no longer the lucky, and now grants 65 quant. Quantity affects the quantity affects it. 65. 20% of that is affecting the chest. So 20, 21, 22. Damn, dude. Jesus. Oh my god, the aura note changes. Oh, look at the minion, the Abyss Jewel changes. We got minion damage. Minion physical. It went up to 24. Wait, they nerfed it. Okay. And then we had the aura. Cluster, first among equals is 6% from 8. Presence, replenishing presence is 6 from 8. Huh. Okay. There's so many things. Did I cover all the stuff that's important for our stuff? Carrion Golem, what do I think? Yo, my Discord's blowing up. Okay, Carrion Golem, what do I think, dude? %50 more cooldown, 11% less damage, less area, shorter distance. This thing is OP. And then this. That hurts, man. Everyone, that hurts, dude. It's still gonna be meta. It's still meta. It's still meta. Yep, those are my 5 seconds of talking about Carrion Golem for the video. Move on. Yo, Vigilant Strike change. No longer grants increased fortified duration. Up to 11. Quality no longer grants increased fortify. Quality now grants fortify for seconds on melee hit. So 20 quality. I don't know. Vitality's cool. The nerf is fucked. General's Cry. This is fine. Dude, they fucked the cold exposure and the wave of conviction pretty hard. Flush and Stone, 10% more mana. Oh yeah, I need Petrified. Petrified Blood is now offered. Petrified Blood, apply a buff that protects the lower half of your life, preventing some of the immediate life loss when damaged by hits, and applying the loss over time instead. Your life cannot be raised above low life other than by flash, and while above low life, skills will cost life as well as mana. Only way is flash. I like it. We'll have to see the numbers. We don't even have numbers in patch notes. But at least we had, at least we know that the Carrion Golem is still the meta, and Carrion Golem's still the meta, cause that cooldown difference, like, with a few of those, it's gonna make some diff, and this is gonna make some diff, but softcore, they're still gonna build it, and it's still gonna be meta, and yeah, it's funny, just because of the leap slime and shit, like the mobility. I'm telling, it's so weird. It's just how it feels and shit. It won't even, it's gonna be weaker. It was already weaker. It can't do some like actual really hard stuff in the game because it's actually weaker, and now it's even more weaker. So it's just a tornado shot clearing, like, embosser. Yeah, it's still gonna be good at bossing. It's still gonna be meta. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think everyone would agree. There's not much to say. Like, it's pretty simple. Challenge leagues are a great opportunity for a fresh start in a new economy. All your old characters and items are still present in the standard and hardcore leagues, but you're encouraged to join the new leagues, complete challenges, and demonstrate your mastery of Path of Exile. In the Ultimatum Challenge League, you'll test your skills in the Trials of Chaos. In every area, you'll encounter the Trial Master, who will present you with a reward, objective, and choice of 3 modifiers that add extra challenge to the encounter. If you're successful, you must then choose between accepting the reward you've earned or attempting additional trials with increased difficulty in the hopes of earning additional rewards. Choose wisely, because if you fail, you'll lose all the rewards you've earned so far. Each encounter with the Trial Master provides a series of trials with increasing difficulty. In maps, you'll occasionally find inscribed ultimatums which can be placed in the map device to transport you to the Trial Master's domain. Each inscribed ultimatum specifies an offering that you must bring with you, a reward you can earn in an assortment of ultimatum difficulty modifiers. If you're able to complete the trial, you'll earn the specified reward. However, if you fail, you'll forfeit the offering you brought with you. However, with 3.14, there are standard, hardcore, and solo self-found variations of the Ultimatum Challenge League available. They have same core mechanics and items. You can create private league versions of these leagues with mods that make the game harder. The new challenge leagues include a set of 40 new challenges. When you complete 12 challenges, you will receive the Ultimatum helmet. When you reach 24, you get the pet. 36, you get Portal. From the 19th challenge onwards, and for every third after that, you'll receive pieces of the totem and get the totem pog. Then we got the new major content, minor new content, Atlas, Ritual, Harvest, other leagues, Labyrinth, skills. I kind of already went over most of the skills except for the Vals, because I thought there would be Val Skelly and it's not there. We really got to go over the Atlas passives, ascendancies. That's pretty cool. Rip. This one. And this one. Rest in peace. Orb of Binding early pog. Dude, the essence changes. They really changed the weird ones and barely changed the normal ones. And then they changed Screaming so they're Chaos. Abyss. And it seems like nerfs to minion. Except for a buff to minion regen. That's pretty cool. Maybe they're trying to make me do that. And then the oil, dude. That's so cool. And veil modifiers. What the fuck? Unique items. And all this. And all this. And this. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. They didn't put Delirium on the map device. They put Harvest on the map device. How are people going to get Deli Orbs? They put Heist on the map device. But how are people going to get Deli Orbs? They can trade their Deli Orbs in the Harvest. For better Deli Orbs, I guess. Oh my God. It's okay, it's okay. Trade website. Filter for influence items can now be found under pseudo. Shaper influence. Okay. Yes. Where were we? Yes. Holy fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna be reading for a while, man. Hey, at least I covered everything by this point. I honestly think I covered everything really, really important other than reading that one section, but I think I covered all the really important shit. Okay. Major new con, added a new strength, intelligence skill, gem Reap, a blood scythe, swipes across the selected area, applying physical damage over time debuff, kind of like bleed, in addition to hitting enemies with physical damage. If enemies survive, you gain a blood charge, which raises both the damage and cost of the skill. Is this Hecarim? Added a new strength, intelligence skill gem, Exsanguinate releases several tendrils of blood targeting enemies in a narrow angle in front of you. The beams deal physical damage and inflict a physical damage over time debuff to enemies. Bleed, which can stack up to 3 times. Effects better than bleed, which effects which allow skills to chain can be applied to these tendrils. Chaining bleed, 3 times better. Added a new strength skill gem, Petrified. Yep, we're going to be using this. So apply a buff that protects the lower half of your life, preventing some of the immediate life loss when damaged by hits, and applying the loss over time instead. Your life cannot be raised above low life other than by flash, and while above low life, skills will cost life as well as mana. Yep. A buff that protects the lower half of your life that prevents the immediate damage from hits. And then the concept of your build would be anti-degen, except for this degen, which you're fine with because your whole build is regen or whatever, like consistent. Yep. Anyways. New strength, support gem, bloodthirst, supports attack skills. Adding, I forgot corrupting fever. Whoops. Corrupting fever, draw out your own blood to power a buff for a duration, letting this skill inflict the corrupting blood debuff on enemies you hit. Dealing physical damage over time for a short duration, secondary duration. The buff's duration will be refreshed if you spend enough life before it expires. Whoa, that's so cool. You can actually do corrupted blood. You can't do this. I don't think you can do this in the game yet. Holy shit, that's so cool. Wait, that's so cool. Supports attack skills, causing them to deal added physical damage with weapons equal to 2% of your maximum life while on low life. Low life. Attack skills? Nope. Support skills that hit enemies, causing them to deal more damage with hits. You also get a cruelty buff, which makes all supported skills deal up to 50% more damage over time based on the amount of damage of the initial hit. Wow, that's really good. Dude, this is the Dot League. 2 new support gems have been added in its place for blood magic, which gives you blood magic and yeah. This one's, there's mana and then there's reservation. So they're separate, so you can't get both in one. And then they have extra benefits too, because they're specialized now. Life Tap supports any skill. Skills cost life instead of mana. If you spend a certain amount of life, you will gain a Life Tap buff, which causes supported skills to deal more damage. 13 new uniques, 14 new divs. Jesus. Ritual to the core game. Val Reliquary Key. Veiled Chaos Orb that gives you a random Veiled modifier. This just drops as a normal drop or comes from Betrayal encounters. 6 new vendor recipes. 5 new equipment base types. Minor. Add various new league rewards such as Catalyst, Incubators, Scarabs. 5 new Sexton modifiers which will cause maps in the associated Atlas region to contain Blight, Delirium, Harvest, Heights, or Ritual. What the fuck? This leak is insane! Continue to incrementally improve the sound, art, effects, and environments. Conquerors of the Atlas encounters can now be accessed through a map item. When you have a Conqueror's Citadel ready to go, speaking to Zana will open the map device interface with a map containing the Conqueror's Citadel already placed in the first slot. Currency can be applied to these maps in the same way as a regular map, and adding fragments or scarabs alongside the map will enhance the map further. Item quantity will only increase the amount of rewards dropped by the Conquerors by 20% of its total value. What? Currency can be applied to these maps. You can Oh, you can juice up your conks now at 20%. Okay. The Maven will now only witness encounters in the Uncharted Realms Atlas regions for the player that created the encounter. Awakening bonus objectives no longer provide additional chance to receive an Atlas mission when completing a map. Reduce the chance for map areas to contain Abyss, Ambush, Blight, Breach, Domination, and Essence, Heist, Legion, Metamorph, and Torment encounters by 20%. Whoa! The chance to encounter a Zona mission containing any of these mechanics has also been lowered by the same amount. Whoa! Reduce the chance. Whoa! Reduce the chance for map areas to contain a Delirium mirror by approximately 20. The chance to encounter a Zona mission containing a Delirium encounter has been lowered by the same amount. Zona is now half as likely to offer a unique synthesis map when offering missions. Ritual altars can be found once you reach maps. Each map has an 8% base chance to contain ritual altars. Deferred items will disappear at later areas at a higher rate to account for these changes. Will reappear. I said disappear. Ritual splinters will no longer be offered as rewards from ritual encounters and maps that have been opened with a blood-filled vessel. Added 4 Ritual Atlas passive nodes to the Haywark Hamlet Atlas region, which grant various bonuses to ritual encounters. Nice. We have ritual passives. Yep. And I think it said something about being able to open up a ritual map with a ritual, like, vessel, but then that one won't let you get splinters or something, and it doesn't let you capture more vessels. Unfortunately, okay, so Harvest. Unfortunately, the version of Harvest that was active during the Ritual League was far too rewarding. Various adjustments have been made to harvest crafting, and the chance to encounter a portal to the Sacred Grove has been increased. We have published a development manifesto that goes into more detail about the changes and the reasoning behind them. It increased the chance for map areas to contain the Sacred Grove by 60%. The chance to encounter a Zona mission requiring you to complete a harvest encounter has also been increased by the same amount. The Sacred Grove now contains a minimum of 3 pairs of plots that can be harvested from. The Heart of the Grove encounter will no longer appear in place of a normal harvest encounter. Instead, it can now be accessed through a Sacred Blossom map fragment that can sometimes drop from Tier 4 harvest bosses. Completing the Heart of the Grove encounter for the first time now unlocks 5 extra Horda crafting station crafting slots, allowing you to store up to 15. Fuck yeah. Thanks, GGG. Crafts are no longer guaranteed from seeds. Now seeds of tiers 1, 2, and 3 each have a chance to provide a craft, with tier 4 seeds still guaranteeing a craft. Please note that the number of tier 2 and 3 seeds encountered in harvest plots has remained unchanged, so the encounters will remain as challenging as they were before. Some crafts that had overly deterministic behavior have been removed. These include most annulment type crafts that removed a modifier of a specific type, and all type specific divine crafts that rerolled the value of specific modifiers. Some crafts that had overly deterministic behavior have been removed. These include most annulment type crafts that removed a modifier of a specific type, and all type specific divine crafts that rerolled the value of specific modifiers. Type specific exalted crafts that augmented modifiers of specific types to items can now only be applied to non-influence items. This does not apply to the existing modifier, which applies an influence modifier to an already influenced item. Crafts that added random atlas influences to certain types of non-influence items has been removed. What the fuck? Really? In their place, crafts that randomize the existing influence on an item while also reforging with new modifiers have been added. Oh, okay. So instead of making 1 billion, you'll still be doing it, but you have to re-roll a different one, so you're not getting like you're not flooding the market with all the shit ones. You're re-rolling the shit ones into the good one. So like if you had Hunter's cheap on a base, but the Elder's expensive. Nice. Crafts that added random Atlas influences. Just I did that. Rebalance the weightings of seeds so that you're seeing type-specific crafts at a more equal rate. Cold, fire, lightning. The weightings of crafts have also been rebalanced so that the more powerful crafts, such as the exalted type craft, now are now rarer. Weaker crafts, such as set an item to 3 sockets, has been removed, making the higher tier version of these more common. 6-link? 6-link, right? Yo. That's it. That's 100%. I've never seen a 6-link in Harvest in every season that they've made Harvest. Yeah. General changes. We have rebalanced league-specific rewards that were provided far more readily through other content compared to the original league content. Some rewards will now be exclusive to their respective league, or much rarer from other types of content. For example, Stygian Vices are now almost exclusively available as rewards from Abyssal Depth encounters, and Delirium Orbs are now exclusive to Delirium encounters. What about Heist? And, whoa. Abyss. You can now find Abyss Scarabs from various sources. Each Scarab guarantee, and they nerfed Delirium. Each Scarab guarantees an Abyss encounter in an area with higher tier Scarabs containing additional Abyss encounters, an additional Abyss jewel from an Abyssal Trove, or increased chance for an Abyss in an area to lead to an Abyssal Depths encounter. Rare Abyss jewels that drop from Abyssal Troves now use the well-rolled modifier system. Pog added several new Abyss jewel modifiers. Various existing Abyss Jewel modifiers have also been updated. Please read the Abyss Jewel balance section. Yep. Blight. Blight can now be corrupted. Similar to regular maps, chests in these have a chance to drop tainted oils, which can be used to anoint corrupted items. So this sounds like all chests and not just oil chests. Or they fucked this post up. Blight maps now apply the map's item quantity modifier to the Blight chest at 20% of the total value. Yep. Various oil modifiers have been changed. I have read that. That's very cool. I like that a lot. You can now find Blight Scarabs from various sources. Each Scarab guarantees a Blight encounter in an area with higher tier Scarabs guaranteeing an additional Blight boss. A 50% chance for Blight chest to contain an additional reward, or Blight lanes to contain an additional reward chest. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I love the Blight ship. Betrayal changes. Modifiers that are unveiled through June are now more powerful than before. Previously, when an item was unveiled, the veiled modifier added to the item would be... This is huge because I think I misunderstood the veil changes and people were commenting different stuff. So, yeah, modifiers that are unveiled through June are now more powerful than before. Previously, when an item was unveiled, the veiled modifier added to the item would be equal to the highest tier modifier available on the crafting bench. Now the modifier can be unveiled no longer counts as a crafted modifier and will be stronger. No longer counts as a crafted. That's what people were saying. This isn't a crafted modifier anymore, so you can still craft. Veils are OP because this is an augment. This is a slam. This is a veil, and it's of bench crafting. So you can add this, like, think about there's a June Syndicate member that used to be useless, but now you could put veil mods onto items, and you have this really good item, and you add a veil mod, and then boom, and then it's an extra mod. Holy shit! It's an augment, man. It's aug. crafting mods. Holy shit, it's so powerful. I want to just farm June. Let me just target farm June. Let me just farm my Veil mods, dude. I'll just make my pure Veil items. Veil, 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 Veil. You still obtain progress towards unlocking the craftable versions of these veiled modifiers. However, progress towards... And they're super mods, dude. They're better than the veiled mod. They're a super veiled mod. And in theory, you could even try to remove the veiled mod. You could keep redoing, like, let's say you have your prefixes and you're doing suffixes. You could add the veiled suffixes. And if you fail, just delete them and then add them back and keep redoing them. And then they're going to be a higher tier than the ones you could craft with the crafting bench, so you'll have to do it. This is the highest tier end game best. It'll be best in slot in a lot of the cases. One of the best, only way to do it. It's literally not possible any other way except for this. This is broken. So get ready to be Veil Chaos Orbing and adding veiled mods with the actual syndicate mechanic. I like that. Giving us more reasons to run June in the endgame besides just pure breachstones. Nice. The weighting of veiled modifiers have been However, progress towards unlocking craftable versions of these modifiers is now slightly faster, and many crafts have had their worst tier removed. The weighting of veiled modifiers has been rebalanced in a way that makes modifiers exclusive to one or two types of equipment more common. So you could actually more specifically add a specific... It got even more broken. I already explained how broken this was before and it's even more broken. Oh, God. So the only one or two, so you could guarantee if you just add both, or you could 50-50 it? Oh, shit. Every build might build around having veiled mods in their build that they add at the end, like Harvest. You know how at the end with Harvest, add and add and remove? This is even better because there's no, like, tiers, because they even remove the bad tiers, and you get a high tier, the highest, better than a normal tier, because you did... Holy shit! Okay. The weighting of veiled modifiers has been rebalanced in a way that makes modifiers exclusive to one or two types of equipment more common, while modifiers that can appear on a wide range of equipment types are rare. Uh-oh. Oh, shit, I got excited too early. We have improved the Betrayal reward system so that slaying the mastermind is more worthwhile. But my video that says not to slay the mastermind, the title is going to be wrong now. It's been right for so long. Now, if the mastermind is slain, her immortal syndicate members drop their rewards at one tier higher than their current tier. This change introduces a fourth tier of reward from each member and gives more reason to use a larger variety of syndicate targets and safe house leaders. Some of the best existing rewards have been moved to the fourth tier. I'm doing it. That's so good. We've also improved some of the less interesting or less valuable rewards. Safe house leaders no longer lose ranks when they're interrogated for mastermind intelligence. Holy shit. What? Jesus. Betrayal targets are now more likely to drop veiled items with their signature mods. Thank you. Polish and gilded scarabs can now be obtained as a rare drop when bargaining. Holy shit, that's amazing. Scarabs can no longer be obtained from bargaining in areas under level 68. I didn't do that. Good. Who the fuck was doing that? Various craftable veiled modifiers have been rebalanced. Oh no. Added 10 new beastcraft recipes. Splitting an item makes it split. Party members that are not the map creator are now required to be within a 250 unit radius, roughly 2 screens of a captured piece. Oh, they did do it. Oh my god, they did do it. Oh, okay, we're good. Holy shit, they killed multi-boxing beasts too. Breach. Blessings can be used to upgrade breach stones. Delirium changes. Added and rebalance various cluster jewel notables. The quantity and rarity bonuses applied to monsters has been lowered, as in now more consistent across monster rarity. Previous monsters of normal rarity had a disproportionate larger amount of quantity and rarity being applied to them compared to monsters of higher rarity. Delve changes. Delve has been rebalanced in a way that makes better rewards appear earlier and more frequently at shallow depths. Very deep depths no longer provide such an exponential increase to the rate of encountering high-tier rewards. Fractured fossils now apply a split modifier to both items, preventing further duplication. As a result, fractured fossils can no longer be applied to items that cannot be split, such as synthesized, enchanted, fractured, or influence items. So fractured went down the same road as split. Fractured fossils are also dead, and basically a map that's super juiced cannot be like split, or fractured. So Delirium maps are dead too, except for you do one, or you could do it twice. You could split it like one time with a fractured, make one copy, and then you could mirror it. They did say you could mirror it, the split copy. You can mirror the split copy, but like, what the fuck? So it's pretty much dead. But I think everyone will still be using fractured more than ever, actually. Like, you'll use it to copy your thing, but maybe no one will do 100 deli then. Maybe you'll do 20 deli, 40 deli, and you'll do it in Lexajoris. Is that the one with in the top right? I think so. With my burial chambers, my infinite sustaining deli without ever using deli orbs. Yeah. Essence changes. Various essence outcomes have been rebalanced. Please read the Essence Balance section for more information. Heist changes. The amount of experience required to level up heist has been reduced by 20%. Why? Incursion. Alva can now convert your completed and ready to run temple into an object you can trade. Okay, guys, I'll tell you the secret at 37 minutes into this video. The secret is you should make a tradable version of your temple and then put it in your stash and store up 100 of them. You're welcome. We have made a lot of changes to the Temple of Atzel. As you may know, specific rooms in the Temple of Atzel can drop unique incursion items that can later be upgraded. Many of these unique items have been improved. Okay. Previously, the Temple boss... So this is so it drops more rares or something. A higher chance to drop vials related to the room. Having higher tier rooms also causes more rare items to drop. Yeah. Specific rooms now add specific monster packs to the temple, and temple modifiers have been improved, which results in more monster density, challenge, and reward. Temple modifiers have been improved so that if your temple has more higher tier rooms, then it's comparable to a good map. We have also performed a modernization pass on some room rewards so that they're competitive with newer leagues. The explosive room now contain some basic chests that can be opened with flash powder kegs if you don't need them for opening a path elsewhere in the temple. The Shrine of Empowerment room in the Temple of Atzel now randomly empowers one connector room that is tier 2 or below and upgrades it by 1 tier. The Sanctum of Unity room now randomly empowers 2 connector rooms that are tier 2 or below and upgrades them by 1 tier each. The Table of Sacrifice in the Hall of Offerings room now allows you to sacrifice a unique item for another random unique of the same item class. The monsters killed progress bar in temples and Incursion has been updated slightly to make it easier to see if you have killed all. Legion added 3 new incubators: Blight, Delirium, Metamorph. Abyssal Incubator can now drop Abyss Scarabs. Kartog Scarab Incubator can now drop Shaper and Elder influence maps, as well as maps with Delirium orbs applied to them. Jesus! What the fuck? Decadent Incubators can no longer drop Perrandis League exclusive incubators and now drop Scarabs more often. Enchanted now drops items with enchantments from Eternal. Fragment can now drop Offerings of the Goddess and doesn't drop Pale Court keys. Fuck you. Foreboding Incubator can now drop Harbinger Scarabs. Ancient Orbs can now only be dropped from Foreboding Incubators of level 68 or higher. That's fine. What the fuck? They were dropping below that? The item drop... Why? That doesn't make any sense. That's a bug. That's actually a bug. The item drop pool for the Mysterious Incubator has been updated to include all of the new rewards. Metamorph changes. Add an accelerating catalyst, Noxus catalyst, unstable catalyst. This is speed, physical, and chaos, and then crit. And Metamorph's crit contains laboratory. Now deal 10% more damage, have 80% more health. Fuck me. Perrandis. Sources of Perrandis coins have had their coin counts normalized. The selection of items sold by Kadiro has also been more modernized, and their costs have been adjusted accordingly. Vendors will no longer offer any scroll fragments in exchange for Perrandis coins. What? Yo, stop, man. Bro, that's a personal attack. Kappa. I'm just kidding. That's fucked up, though. Come on, my portals. Dude. Synthesis changes. Why, though? Why do that, dude? Fractured items no longer have a visual effect applied to them. Why? Talismans no longer drop using the well-rolled modifier system. Okay. Labyrinth. Consuming an offering to the goddess in a map now opens a portal. This is so good for SSF. For the Eternal Labyrinth. Yeah, so you can find your lab trials really easily. Trials open in this way will not award an offering to the goddess upon completion. Ooh. Interacting with the divine font will now display a window with the available enchantments. Yes, you get 3. You get 3 helmet enchants now, so it's 3 times as OP. The daily lab ladder has been retired, and the unique jewels have been added to the chests. In the Eternal and Enriched Eternal Labyrinth. So the Enriched Eternal Labyrinth is going to be fucking good. I have a feeling about it. The low threshold for life, mana, and energy shield is 50% or below from 35. This means a single 50% reservation will now put you into a low state. Light radius has been adjusted accordingly. The cost and reservation system for skills has been extensively reworked to add new options. Previously, all skills had either a mana cost. I read that already before is part of another thing. Percentage reservations are now stored with more precision internally, allowing them to have up to 2 decimal places in the percentage value. However, the total amount of resources reserved must still be a whole number. This prevents some cases where small reductions in reservation values would have no effect due to rounding. As an example, if a skill reserves 50% of mana, a modifier granting 1% will now change the reservation to 49.5. Where it previously would still be 50. That's so good. Holy shit, more precise stuff. So small changes matter. That's so good. That's really big. Reserving mana or life no longer involves spending anything, so you don't need any current mana to turn on an aura. Yeah. You just need enough of your mana orb to be unreserved that the aura's reservation will fit. However, while previously reservations were mutually exclusive with costs, this is no longer the case, and it's possible for a skill to have both a reservation and a cost, in which case the cost will still require spending, but using a reservation skill a second time to turn it off does not require paying the cost again. The most notable case of this is mind skills. These all have costs as well as reservations, which must both be satisfied to use the skill, can be modified separately. This also means that the mechanics that add to the cost of the skill, such as the Voidbringer unique gloves, will now affect skills with reservations, which previously escaped this due to being unable to have both. Likewise, support gems that add a mana reservation to skills, such as Blasphemy, no longer inherently remove the cost as part of that process. The stats which limit the total rate of recovery per second from leech have been changed. Previously, these limited any recovery based on what kind of leech it came from, but they now limit recovery from any leech based on what kind of recovery it is. This has no effect except in cases where one kind of leech applies a different kind of recovery. For example, the Keystone Immortal Ambition makes Life Leech cause energy shield recovery instead of life recovery. Previously, this was limited by maximum total recovery from Life Leech. Now it's going to be maximum total recovery energy shield for recovery from Leech. Maximum modifiers that allow your hexes to affect hexproof, rip, Corrupting Blood debuff has been updated. It now has a maximum stack of 10, is consistently treated as being completely separate from bleed. Corrupted Blood will no longer apply even when you're bleed immune. Modifiers that affect both bleeding and corrupted blood, such as staunching, have had their descriptions updated. It'll do both, yeah. Corrupted Blood applied by monster have had their values changed. It doesn't tell you the specifics yet, and these values are now calculated based on the monster's level rather than its main hand damage. So some effects which raised monsters to attack damage no longer scale Corrupted Blood in unintuitive ways. Yeah, so higher level, more damage, but lower level, less damage. And will be immune later, so it's fine. So they're saying that probably there was just some early cases where it's some bullshit, like Dominus. Call of Steel no longer has a cooldown, previously 0.2 seconds. That's huge. You can just spam recalling Impale. It has no cooldown. Increased character size is now capped at 100%. Skill balance. Anger. Berserk. Blade Blast. Blade Vortex. Wow, radius. Whoa, duration. Whoa, damage effectiveness. Added physical damage. Blade Storm. Here we have Flesh and Stone, 10% more. General's Cry. Punishment. Cursed enemies now take increased damage while on low life. They had to, man. They had to. That's OP. What the fuck? No longer support skills that granted by Spellslinger. Hit Carrion Golem nerf. Rest in peace. Vigilant Strike. Fortify duration. The Val skills. No Val Skelly change. Dude, baited, man. Fuck. We got baited. Oh, we got baited. We got baited. It does damage. How does Val Skelly not do damage? How much more is there? Holy fuck. Holy fuck. What the fuck did they... A new Relentless Veteran Soldier cluster has been added to the southeast of the Templar's starting location. Relentless causes you to regenerate 1% of life per second if you've stunned an enemy recently and cause. Grants 25% increased physical damage. Veteran Soldier grants a 10% grants a 10% to physical damage over time multiplier, 20 life, and 20% damage. A new Vanquisher cluster has been added to the southwest of the Templar starting location. It causes you to crush enemies for 4 seconds when you hit them while they are on full life and grants 40% increased physical damage. The Red Storm cluster has been removed and replaced with a new Vitality Extraction cluster. It causes you to recover 2% of life on kill if you've spent life recently. Grants 25% increased damage with skills that cost life, and Life Flask gain 1 charge every 3 seconds. The small nodes at the Scion starting location, which previously granted increased melee physical, are no longer restricted to melee only. Born to Fight. The increased melee physical damage and increased melee attack speed modifiers are no longer restricted to melee only. Chainbreaker no longer causes you to lose 5 rage when you hit an enemy, no more than once every 0.3 seconds. Now it causes skills to cause +3 rage. Corrupted Soul now causes you to gain 15% of maximum life as energy shield instead of 20. Hardened Scars, no goodbye. Versatile Stance, small node in this cluster that previously granted increased cooldown recovery for stance skills now grants 10% reduced reservation of stance skills. Haywork Hamlet. Power Hungry has been removed. Per demon moved to Glenage Cairns. Beyond in Glenage Cairns. Added too small for ritual. Monsters sacrifice at rituals and areas grant 10% increased tribute. 10% chance for areas to contain ritual. Paid in Blood allows you to reroll favors in areas 2 additional times, while also granting 100% increased chance of ritual altars with special rewards. The Grove, 10% chance to contain the Sacred Grove from 5%. Clarified that the Bribery Atlas passive causes 200% more items to drop instead of 2 additional items. This is purely a description change. Oh. Exotic Goods now causes a wider selection of items to drop. Big Game now has a 15% chance from 30. Great Migration is up to 10 from 5. Ooh. Holy fuck. Lex Proxima, small harvest chance nodes now grant 3% chance for areas and contain the Sacred Grove from 2. Bumper Crop no longer causes harvest in areas to have doubled bonuses to item quantity and rarity. No longer causes harvest in areas have doubled bonuses. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Heart of the Grove no longer grants 100% increased chance for areas to contain the Heart of the Grove. It now causes harvest bosses in areas to always drop a Sacred Blossom. Sacred Blossom is the fragment to get the Heart of the Grove boss. Heart of the Grove boss doesn't... Yeah, you don't get anymore. You get the Sacred Blossom. Seance now possesses 5 from 20. I remember when I recommended Seance... Yep. Packed with Energy now grants 1% to all maximum elemental resistances for each voltaic, sulfite, vein, or chest found in areas. What the fuck? All maximum, including chaos. That's so troll. Small Perrandis nodes now grant a 10% chance to drop twice as many Perrandis coins. That's way better. Friend of the family, Kadiro to offer rarest of 3 from 5. Fuck! Now, Escaped Experiment now has a 50% chance for area to contain a rogue from 100%. Wow! They did nerf them. Finest Examples now cause Metamorph in areas to deal 15% more from 50. It now causes Metamorphs in areas to have 150% more life. What the fuck? Time Dilation now causes incursions to get the magic monsters. Pathological now has a 5% chance to apply. No, my infinite delirium strategy. Compulsive Hoarder now has a 10% from 15. Dude, no, my delirium. No, I want another. Oh, no. Cultural Advancement has been removed. Its effect now appears on Time Dilation in Lexajoris. Protracted Battle has been moved to New Vastir. Pure Demon has been added previously in Haywark Hamlet. Rare Beyond Demons in areas now have a 25% chance to drop an additional basic currency item from 35. Whoa. High Value Target has been added from New Vastir. It now grants Legion Sergeants with the 25% chance to hold a reward, no longer guaranteed. 25 from 100? That's huge. So many things were nerfed. So many things were OP. Oh my god. Torn Veil now grants 50% increase beyond portal merging radius from 100%. Oh my god, it was OP. I knew it. Face to Face no longer grants 100% more timeless splinters. Oh my god. High Value Targets has been moved to Glenitch Cairns. Protracted Battle has been moved. Votive Horde now has a 20% chance for Abyss Troves. Previously 10%. It no longer increases the level of the Abyss Troves. Fuck, that was a strategy. Sulfite hoarding monsters are now more dangerous but more rewarding. Out of the Blue now has a 20% chance for sulfite veins to contain an equal amount of azurite from 5%. Wow. Total Anarchy now causes areas to have a chance to contain 20 additional rogue exiles from 1. What? 10% chance to contain 20? Oh. So this is big whammy with high RNG. Rogue Trader now has a 50% chance for wild rogue exiles to have an additional rewards. Previously 15. However, it now causes them to have 200% increased maximum life. That sounds like fun. Valdo's Rest. Diplomatic Escort now replaces one Harbinger with a King Harbinger instead of a group. Gut Instinct. Is that one of the ones from the Harbinger map? Gut Instinct now provides 5 intelligence for the current encounter safe house if an Immortal Syndicate member is not interrogated, previously 5. That's so big. Natural, it doesn't really matter. It's still good. It was already good, and that's just better. Oh, I don't think I used it, though. Natural Selection, because it causes a bunch of 1-stars. Natural Selection no longer makes rarer beasts quite as common. Immune Response now causes Blight maps. Oh, sorry. Now causes Blight monsters to spawn 150% faster from 100%. Spores on the Wind now causes maps found in areas to have 5% for Blight instead of 10. Fuck. Flash Breach now causes breaches in areas to open and close 50% faster instead of 100. Neural Pathways now grants a 1% chance for a synthesized map from 0.5. They buffed it. I was right. I was right. Good. And they changed a bunch of ascendancies, specifically changing the Elementalist, Primal Aegis, Liege of the Primordial for the billion Golems, the Necromancer Essence Glutton. Now removes corrupted blood when you use a flask. Cool. Item balance, essences, abyss. Okay. Almost done. The Orb of Binding has been added to the core drop pool and can be obtained from various sources throughout the game. The Sacrificial Garb body armor now drops with a +1 to level of all Val skill gems. Implicit modifier. Existing items cannot gain the modifier. The enemies you kill explode, dealing X% of their life as physical damage modifier. Can no longer appear on Crusader, Influence body armors, or has synthesis implicits to replace this modifiers that grant chance. What's the chance? We don't know. Okay. Quivers can no longer roll the global crit strike chance, global crit strike multi, or global damage over time multi with attacks. Existing items cannot obtain the newer modifiers through Divine Orbs. Hunter Influence Quivers can no longer roll global fizz, fire, or chaos damage over time multipliers. Instead, they can roll now physical for fire, chaos damage over time with attack skills. Existing items will be updated. The corruption outcome on Quivers that granted the skills chain 1 time has been removed, and now it's arrows chain 1 attack 1 time. It's so much abuse. You can no longer craft X% of physical damage converted to X damage modifiers on items which already have a modifier of this type present. A physical damage over time multiplier has been added as a prefix modifier to wands and staves. The physical damage over time multiplier can now be rolled on cobalt jewels. Elder Influence weapon modifier that grants 60% chance for poison inflicted with this weapon to deal 100% more damage has been removed. In its place, Elder Influence weapons can now roll a new local poison damage over time multiplier modifier. The Elder Influence weapon modifier that grants 60% chance for bleeding. Yeah, okay. Poison. The Hunter Influence modifier that grants increased damage with poison has been removed. The new modifier that grants chaos damage over time. They removed this bleed one. They did increased melee damage, projectile, spell damage. Sextant that gave the poison damage, move speed. Watchstones that don't have sextant modifiers applied to them can be imprinted once again. What the fuck? Wow. Cool. So crafting watchstones again. You can no longer obtain the areas, have 2% chance to grant an Atlas mission on completion modifier on titanium. The 4 and 6 versions on this can still be obtained. What the hell? Flask can no longer be obtained from the Fateful Meeting Divination card. Unique Blight items that have been anointed now show their passive skill information when hovered. Unique Blight items. The of treasures modifier on strongboxes now grants 100 to 250% more rarity of contained items. Previously 1000 to 2000 increased rarity. The forbidden wood and silo maps can no longer roll the twinned modifier. General essence changes. Screaming essence can now do chaos crafting. Deafening essence of anguish now grants 31 to 44 chance to avoid ignite. Avoid being ignited to helmets, boots, and helmet. This one adds physical to thing, buffed. Pretty big. Then no longer grants weapon range, and now grants impale effect. Armor, buff. Buff, buff. Essence of envy. No longer grants physical attack damage leached as mana to weapons and quivers. Now grants local added chaos to weapons. Now grants added chaos with attacks and quivers. Cool. Physical damage leached as mana. Chance to avoid stun. ES. Buffed. Increased stun and block recovery. And it's changed to Warcry speed and totem placement speed. What the fuck? That's pretty good. And then these changes. We have all the essences. What the fuck? You and your minions take 40% reduced reflect from 10%. 40. Spectral spirit summoned from the weapon. 32% more damage. Feels like there's something missing here. What the fuck is that? Okay, we'll go back up. Delirium was... Now grants damage over time multiplier. 25% increased effective marks. 5 doom. 15 spell block when on low life to shields. Holy fuck, that's so good. Oh my god, that's so good because we just go low life easy. Socketed skills deal 30% more damage while on low life. 25% increase area of effect to body armor from 10. Increase recovery from life leech from 40. Fuck. Fire burst. Essence of insanity. You don't get the reflect here. Now grants projectiles pierce 2 additional targets. 78% increased mana. Here's the reflect, but 40 instead of 10. Spectral spirits 32. I don't know what that is. And then the abyss jewel changes. The following abyss jewel modifiers have been adjusted. Please note that only the highest tier modifiers have been adjusted. Lower tiers of these have also been adjusted in similar ways. Additionally, abyss jewel modifier weightings have been adjusted. I thought this was a buff. So those first 2, 3, all those are a buff, and then you get down to here, and the minions are as a nerf. Oh wait. Chaos and physical. Are you joking? Uh-oh. Chaos Golem got dragged down. Okay, dude. Add a new cluster jewel notable. Blood Artist grants 14 to physical damage over time multi if you spent life recently. A new cluster jewel notable. Phlebotomist. Damage over time. Cluster jewel aerodynamics now grants 10% increased projectile from 20. There's all these cluster jewel changes with more. It's another renewal change I didn't even notice. Yeah. Now causes minions that have 5% to deal double damage from 6. They nerfed replenishing presence and the other one. Oil changes are cool. Crafted veils. So they buffed them. Like the ES, the life, all these things are buffed. That they're showing here. Trigger, stock his spell and use a skill with an 8-second cooldown. Previously 4. Whew, what the fuck? Unique item balance. Many unique items that were league specific have now also been added to the core drop pool. Headhunter. The Death Aura skill granted by the Death Oath unique body armor now deals 758 base chaos damage per second, previously 563. Jesus! The Law of the Wild unique claw now has 20% chance to trigger. Level 25 summons Spectral Wolf on critical strike with this weapon, previously 20. Existing items will be updated. The Infernal Mantle. Wait. That's good. I have to look at that again. I've done it before and I'll do it again. I'll have to look at that later. But they changed that last season too. So now that's like 3 changes back to back to back. I looked at it. It wasn't good. Now with that, maybe that's enough. I'll have to look at it again. It's like something that lets crit scale the Spectral Wolf. Like your crit scales your minion. It's really weird. But I don't know. I have to look at it. The Infernal Mantle unique body armor now causes you to take 15% increased spell damage when on low mana. Previously 25. Because I guess low mana is too easy now. Gluttony unique belt now has a level requirement of 48 from 8. Introduced unintentionally in 3.13. Null Inclination now causes minion spells triggered by it to have 0.25 second cooldown with 5 uses. Minions now deal 1% increased damage per 5 dex, previously 10. Holy fuck, that's double. Holy shit. The Molten Burst skill granted by the Nagamama Flame. This is the one you don't need a 6 link. Now fires 3 additional from 2. That's OP. That's really good. The Last Resort unique claw now grants 25% increased attack speed when on low life instead of 50, because low life's too easy. The Brand Surge skill granted by the Witch Hunter Judge unique staff now deals approximately 20% more damage. And overcharged brands now activate 35% faster. Previously 35%, 30 every 0.5 seconds. Add a 5th variant of the Vessel of Vinctar, which grants 25 to 40% increased effect of shock during the flask effect, and causes shock to spread to other enemies in a radius of 20 during the flask effect. The damage conversion variation of the Vessel of Vinctar now causes 50% of physical damage to be converted to lightning during the flask effect. Okay. Added lightning damage dispels variation of the Vessel of Inktar now grants. Okay. The Vigil unique jewel now grants Fortify with a base duration of 8, now previously 12. That's a big nerf. Still good. Its Ares Rain unique jewel now causes Val skills to have 15 to 20% chance to regain consumed souls when used, and now has a limit of 1, previously 2. Yeah. The Rigwold's Quill's unique quiver no longer has a projectile's fork modifier. This has been replaced with an arrow's fork modifier. Yeah. Projectiles. The Signal Fire unique quiver no longer has the physical damage added as fire damage modifier. This has been replaced with a physical attack damage added as fire damage modifier. Existing items will be updated to the new version. Incursion's unique changes. Okay. Okay. Agnostic. I don't like seeing them like this. I'd like to see the fucking item and then read what they... These look like big changes. Big fucking numbers. Now it causes you to count as on full life when you're cursed with vulnerability. That sounds cool. Is now on a gemstone sword base type. Now it causes hits with this weapon to freeze enemies, as though dealing 150 to 200% more damage. Shock enemies. Ignites. Now causes ignites inflicted. Oh, it's big freezes, big shocks. More ignite damage. And big physical damage. That's a really cool. No longer cause you to gain a power charge when you use a Val skill. Now cause you to gain up to maximum power charges when you use a Val skill. Whew. Whoo. Now that I understand. That's cool. No longer causes skills used by traps to have 10 to 20% increased area of effect. Now grants 4 to 6% chance to throw up to 4 additional traps. Now grants 200 to 250% increased evasion energy. That's a lot. The final boss of each act have had their boss drops reworked. They now drop both more and better, so they can be more profitable for farming. The base life of all harvest monsters has been reduced 30 to 50, and it's to fuck up the DD build, Detonate Dead, and the Necro, so they've increased the life, some buff machinery so that it's the same, but the harvest, like you spawning them on specters, is not going to have enough. The allies cannot die aura has been removed. To replace this, a new benevolent guardian nemesis modifier has been added, which causes the monster with this modifier to apply an immunity buff to nearby allies for a short duration. If the original monster is slain, affected allies lose the immunity buff. Other monsters that have this nemesis modifier cannot be given the immunity buff. Smart. Rare monsters dominated by Cyrus have had their attack, cast speed, and move speed lowered. Delete. Hungering Flame no longer uses his ultimate Molten Strike skill. The Bullthorn skill used by Lieutenant of Rage in the Labyrinth and Crusher of Gladiators in the Racecourse map has been visually updated and no longer has damage reflection. The Val Pyramid and Arcade map bosses have had their health increased to bring them closer into line with other map bosses. So, my thoughts on the Zona map mods: Harvest, Pog, Heist, Pog, fuck Delirium, Forehead. World map. That's the same. Oh, it contains more stuff. Attack. Deals. This information can now be found at the top. A single item can now be unstacked from a stack of items on your cursor by pressing shift left. That's for fossils. Copying an item's descriptions with Control C now also copies the item class. Good. Control Alt C now copies the advanced. Holy shit. Control click on June now brings up the unveil items. Holy shit. That's a time save for me. Added a file. I already try to do that every time. Added a file cache directory UI option, which can be used to change the directory where cache files for the game are stored. Okay. Move the list of item filters UI option closer to the top. You can now use exclamation point as a prefix to a term such as unique or sword to filter results in a search. Okay. Improve the SSF migration warning. Quest rewards. So you get these from the quests. PvP changes. And these are just bugs. I don't care. I don't want to read through them. That's it. What are my overall thoughts? Stone Golem, 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 Stone Golem. Rip Carrion Golem Kappa. They're definitely still meta, and they're still going to be played way too much, and everyone's still going to love them and still going to use them. But we'll try to make other stuff work for fun. And what really excites me is this low life shit. And let's see that new aura, and let's start playing the goddamn game. I want to get in there. Let's try this shit out. Let's experience all these changes. There's so many changes. It's hard to feel about all of it because it's just like so many 50% nerfs, 50% buffs, 50% nerfs. It's like, holy fuck, man, that's a lot of nerfs. 25% nerf here on the Primal Aegis. Like, oh my god, dude. Brutality. 11% nerf on Carrion Golem and a 50% nerf to cooldown and less area and shorter travel. Vitality nerf. Vigilant Strike nerf. Fortify. Flesh and Stone. General's Cry. Holy fuck, dude. Well, this is too long of a video. 1 hour, 17 minutes. I'll be uploading this for 18 hours now. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I really hope you guys did enjoy. At least you don't have to read this yourself now. I've read this for you. This is my great audiobooks brought to you again. What the heck is that? Nice work, dude. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, that's my PoE. Was not testing anything. Don't look. Stop looking. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members who financially support the channel. Thank you guys for all the support. I can't do this without you guys. And thank you to anyone new who joins the Patreon and the YouTube members today. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!